Auntie Connie and loudmouth Linda, keeping it real, no agenda. Satire, truth, and a whole lot of fun. Politics, crime, we get it all done. From breaking news to a joke or two, we do it our way just for you. We just can't make this stuff up. 1 year strong and we ain't gonna stop. Mic in hand, voices loud, shouting truth, making you proud.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
How is everybody tonight?
Life is good. Life is hot. It's hot here. It's very hot here.
It was 80 today.
Oh, I would take 80.
And it says temperatures are supposed to rise. So
I'm gonna confess. So forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I did not watch much of the Diddy trial today. I caught the big things. Hey, KMM. I caught the big things, but in the process, I've been watching all this LA thing, and now New York's popping off.
Hi, Donna.
So now you got New York and LA popping off tonight. And I'm telling you, it's coming to a big city near you. It's just doing it. There's so many of them. They're scattered all over the big cities. And I'm waiting for either Dallas or Houston in my area. Or San Antonio.
See, we don't have a lot of Mexicans here.
You don't know what's in Detroit. Is it a sanctuary city? Is Detroit? Oh, okay. Well, then you're probably not going to see it in Detroit. I think it's all your sanctuary cities are the ones that are going to pop off. And Houston is a sanctuary city, and so is San Antonio, so is Dallas. So, I mean,
it's ridiculous what's going on in this country right now. Between the Diddy thing and the riots, and now they're going to go to LA. I mean, go to New York.
Hey, Donna.
You can't make this stuff up.
No, we can't make it up. And I want to know where you're going. Hey, Spudsy, where are you going, KMM? Hopefully you're not going to some big city where they can be crazy. And hopefully it's not a sanctuary city. No, I'm just kidding. You know, I can't believe I just said that. Because these people, some of these people, their lives are really in danger, and I feel sorry for them. But you know, why is it that the bad apple always spoils the crop? It never fails. It doesn't. It never fails. They were just talking. Is that a sanctuary city, KMM? Is Green Bay? Is that a sanctuary? I don't know, guys. Google makes the Waymo car, and it was $6 billion to do this. It's a driverless taxi, basically. And 5 of them, you watched it. We showed you 5 of them. They destroyed 5 of them. So now Google Waymo is not sending anywhere in LA. You can call, but you're not going to get one there. Well,
no.
Would you?
No, they're going to protect their interest.
Yeah. It's like, come on. Why would I want to send my car out so you guys can destroy it and burn it up? I mean,
Right.
Doing all of this is doing what? What is it really? What is it really doing? Other than being destructive, what is it really doing?
Right. I still stand firm with pull in the buses.
Pulling all the buses and load them up.
They'll scatter and collect the ones that don't.
Well, you know, the bad part about it, guys, is most of these agitators are Antifa.
Yeah.
And they're homegrown. You know, I think if we did to Antifa what we did to our J6ers, and they may stop. But they're backed by George Soros and so much money that I don't know if we
Right.
can do it. But I think they need to go to jail for a long period of time. I think they'd stop this.
I think they need to follow the money and get rid of George Soros.
Yeah, that would be nice too. Yeah, I could go there too. I could
You
get
know,
behind that.
I mean, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah, I know what that's like. Man, I know exactly what that's like. You're afraid to even talk because yeah. Well, well,
Right?
yeah. I mean, I've got that going on in my own family. They, you know, I don't know. I just refuse to talk about it and then say when it happens, when it all comes to fruition, I go, look at my camera just went blurry.
But your background's really clear.
I know. It's just me. Oh well. Um, did you listen to Diddy?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well tell me what you heard about Diddy. I heard a little bit, but I'll
Well,
be
Jane continued
hmm
testifying,
okay.
and she got, they went all the way up. They rested today, by the way. It's going to be, tomorrow is going to be cross.
Really? Well, they thought
Mhm.
they were going to have her. Oh yeah, they said they think they'll have her on cross examination till Thursday, right?
Yeah, she's got a flight on Thursday out of the country. Um, but pretty much calling out KK again.
Of course.
And then they took a break because she ended up with UTI and a yeast infection. And she said that he was making her sick, which, I mean, come on.
Well, I could see that. I mean, being in the same room with him would make you sick, but go
And,
ahead.
more of his lies.
Of course.
Come see me. And he did it again on her birthday, just like with Cassie.
Oh,
Took
happy
her out.
birthday! We're gonna pull a train on you. Oh, why aren't you happy?
Yep. 3 men on her birthday after he schmoozed her and took her out to dinner.
Wow.
Hmm.
You know, there's no
Young Miami was brought up
okay.
that she posted something on, I think, Instagram that said they were celebrating New Year's. And it was, happy 365-day, um, I don't know. And she said something about the new year, like they were going to be together in the new year. Um, and he pretty much showed his true colors because he ended up beating her ass. Yep. And that was, I think that was like the last time she saw him in person.
Well, then he got
He,
arrested. Wasn't she
well,
with him
that's
in
what
the
she
hotel
said.
that night? Yeah,
No,
she was.
no, no, no.
Okay.
But he wanted her to come to New York, and she was going to go to New York. And they says, "Why didn't you?" And she said, "He got arrested." So she was going to New York.
Well, you know what? She got saved then.
Mhm.
Lucky her.
Mhm.
Jeez,
Yeah.
jeez.
And the conversations of the messaging, and they got him on tape, screaming at her. He recorded it.
Mhm.
They got it off of KK's phone. KK recorded it, and he flipped the lid because she started making her own money again. She was doing
Right.
OnlyFans.
Oh, so didn't she testify that she was willing to do all of this stuff because that's what a good girlfriend does? You know what she said?
I didn't hear that.
That's what I heard that she said, and I thought, what? I
Mm.
no, you're
I didn't hear that.
yeah.
No, I didn't hear that. But, it came down to it. I did miss about an hour of it, so it's kind of spotty in one's, but I mean, it's the same thing, you know, same thing. The
Different person. Yep.
sex and 2, 3 guys, but
Mutual.
she did start shooting back at him and saying, I was never your girlfriend. I was just your hoe.
Well, and that's the way you would feel too.
Right. And so they started getting into a lot of heated, I'm sorry, I have an itch on my leg. They started getting into heated arguments, and this was like August
Hmm.
before he was arrested, and he's like, "Are you recording me?" And she's, "Are you setting me up?" So he was getting scared. He was getting really scared,
He
and
should have been.
she said that she was at the house and there was a knock on the door, and it was his family, and they all went in the other room. And then later on that night, it was the two of them and his sons. His sons.
Hmm.
And the next day is when he made the apology. And she read
Wow.
the rough copy of
Wow.
the apology. So she was there when he did the apology. Or no, she flew back to LA, but he was there, but he busted in her house, and then he busted her bedroom doors down. So he busted 4 doors, and they asked her, he sent money to her, 10 or $12,000 to pay Antoine because he made them have oral sex, and to pay Antoine and to repair the doors that he broke. And they asked her, "Did you repair the doors?" And she said, "No." And up came those pictures. And she inadvertently took a picture accidentally by the welts on her, and she had a black eye. And she she got away from him, and she went in the shower, and he walked in the shower and slapped her 3 more times.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. So she was lucky it was only one time. I That's all I can say about that.
If she'd been around a little bit longer, Cassie was around 10 years. That's why she got the brunt end of it. You
Mhm.
know, it's the same song every time these women get up. And do you think that I mean, they keep trying to say that they're making it up. How can all these people have the same story?
She name dropped Gina too.
He is the
Gina was
devil.
around when Gina was around recently because she name dropped Gina, and that was in 2024.
That's
So
insane.
Gina was around then.
Well, there's a very hot place that's awaiting him, and it doesn't have air conditioning. You know,
If he's not the devil, then he's the devil's right hand man.
right? Or an
Tell you that.
assistant, right? Demon, little demon Diddy.
Yeah, but she did. She really laid into him in those text messages, and she basically told him he was sick and perverted,
Well, he is.
and he was going to come to her house because he was pissed off at her. And he's like, "I'm coming over. Is the baby home?" And he never showed up.
Oh, she has a baby with him?
No, no, no. I don't know if that was, like baby mama, and they could be 15 years old. I know she has a son. So how old was the baby? It had to have been at least 3 or 4 years by then because they started seeing each other in 21 and this was 24.
Wow, so he does have a baby with her.
Mm-mm.
So somebody has a baby with her.
No, I think he was just calling her son the
The
baby.
baby. I'll get you. Get you.
I think that's what he was doing. Um, and she also disclosed not only was he paying for her housing to till today or
Hmm.
yesterday, but he was paying her lawyer. That's her lawyer now.
Wow, that agreement they had was pretty good. Their love agreement, you said, right?
And Sly,
Uh-huh.
good old Sly, Diddy messed up and picked up his phone one time by accident
Uh-huh.
and had 35 minutes of video on his phone. And when all this shit started coming out, Sly called Jane
Hmm.
and tried to extort $10,000 for the video.
Wow.
She called Diddy and he said, "Get legal on it." Uh huh. She never said what happened, but yeah, he tried to
Wow.
extort for $10,000. Who knows? Diddy probably paid him off. I don't. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah,
Wow.
yeah, unbelievable, huh?
Well, I think the RICO charges have definitely already been, they've already been proven. We're probably going to hear some more of the same old song and dance before it's all said and done with other victims, but it's pretty much proven.
I
It's,
mean, don't bring in any more victims. We all know what he did.
we know he's disgusting and he's nasty and he's a pig.
Let's move on to other
Right.
charges. You know,
Right. Right.
let's
No,
move
I'm
on
with you.
to other charges. Go show us the RICO. Show us the money laundering. Show us everything else he did.
Well,
Show us the unaliving of Tupac.
right? Or Biggie Smalls.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Show us that.
Yep.
I'm really overhearing about that stuff. It's really starting to trigger me. It really, really is. And it's like, how many ways of Sunday how many women can talk about this? It's the
Each and every
same
one he
pattern.
did.
It's the
Everyone he did.
same pattern. Like I said, she was just lucky enough to only get beat one time. But when it starts, it keeps going.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ask Cassie.
Hmm.
Yep.
When
Yep.
it starts, it keeps going. So I guarantee that she doesn't have a home anymore.
Oh, no.
Sure, he cut
Yeah.
it off.
Yeah. Well, I'm not paying for you. No, when you're going to go against me in court, you're going to live in a box. I don't care. Get out of
Well,
my apartment.
because of all the stuff that was happening around him, he got her a lawyer. And then I think she decided to flip. That's what I think.
And now the lawyer's still defending her at his trial. That's actually really funny when you get to thinking about it. He's paying for a lawyer to defend one of his victims. That's Now, see, we can't make this up. No matter
Nope.
how you look at it, we can't make this up.
Nope. That just goes to prove how stupid he is.
Well,
He
guess,
thought he thought money was the end all be all.
but was it? But it's not. Look where it's going to send you.
He thought money was the end all be all. He could just pay people off and they'll keep their mouth shut and they won't do anything and they won't say anything. I mean,
All this stuff is coming to the light. I mean, any way you look at it, the corruption, whether it be Diddy or anyone else, it's all coming to the light and it's all coming at one time. So that's why I told you need to keep your head on a swivel because everything's coming out. Um, I have to say something real quick. Trump had a press conference today, which I watched. Now, let me throw something out there at you. Think about this for a second. If Elon Musk was so bad and this isn't staged, I think I know Trump well enough that he would have fired back. He's not firing back.
Elon Musk.
No, he's not firing back at Elon. He's wishing Elon a nice life, and he has nothing against Elon. And you know, I don't know what's going on with Elon. He just needs to have a nice life. I have nothing bad to say about Elon. And I thought, you're the one that called Adam Schiff pencil neck. And you're the one that, I mean, you have made fun of each person you could that ever crossed you.
Right.
And you're not saying anything about Elon, and Elon's saying all this nasty stuff about him. Okay, let me throw something out there at you real quick. Think about this for just 1 second. Wrap your brain around all this, right? So Elon screams that Trump did Trump not say bring out all the Epstein files, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, right? That's what he said, bring them out. Well, they won't. For whatever reason, they won't. So Elon is saying that the reason they won't is because Trump's on him. You believe that? Or do you think that Elon coming out there and saying that because now the Democrats are on the bandwagon with Elon over here? Yeah, bring them out. Yeah, bring out all the files. How many?
Yeah, but they were trying to keep them quiet when they thought all their names were on them.
Yeah, well, I guess apparently they don't think their names are on them because they're like, yeah, bring them all out, because they think Trump's name's on them.
That might have been a ploy.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. It sounds pretty shady, but Trump's not acting like Trump. Not on this one. Trump would have been calling him names and saying all kinds of things, and he would have been defending himself. And Elon supposedly called him a pedophile, and he's not saying anything. Come on, no.
Right.
Yes, KMM, I do. Now that I really do think Elon Musk has got a ketamine problem. I mean, Linda pointed out the black, or was it Sandy? He had a black eye the other day when he was at the White House. And you know what they said about the Black Eye Club, right? I don't know. He could have done a little bit too much and fell down and hit his eye. Something's going on with Elon for sure.
That's an evil, wicked drug. I think that's got to be up there with heroin.
Well, what they say it's a elephant tranquilizer. Come on, look at how big an elephant is compared to a human. Why would you want to do that? But yeah, I do. I do believe Elon has a little bit of a drug problem, and that may be the reason he's twisting off, and that might be the reason Donald Trump knows maybe, and he's just cutting him some slack. I don't know. But I think there's a lot of things that are going to come out in the wash there too.
Yeah.
Last night when we left, right after we left, about an hour after we left, the wonderful guy with the skateboard that was sitting on top of the thing, he busted the windows out of the federal building with his skateboard.
How did he get to the Fed building?
I don't know. He was over there all by himself, him and a couple of others. They were doing their own thing over here, watching something else. Let's cause a distraction over here while we do this. And he busted each and every one of them out.
Oh, okay.
Who said that? Elon said he and his son were horsing around.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Oh, I don't know. I think right. It is. It is a tranquilizer used in veterinary medicine. In fact, from what I understand, they use it a lot on like large animals.
Well, that would make sense that Diddy used it because he's an animal.
Right. Yeah, and he mixed it with everything else he could. I mean, come on, can you imagine? No wonder these women were all knocked out. What do they weigh? A big whopping 120 pounds? You know what? Okay, Donna, I'm glad you brought this up because I'm going to tell you after we got off, continued to watch it till 1 o'clock in the morning, guys. It was a crazy night. But you know the overpass where they were standing and they had that cop car
Yeah.
on the highway? They were dropping rocks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, so here's they always talk about gravity that you can take a penny and if you drop it from a high enough building and it hits somebody, it could kill them.
Yep.
That sounds weird, but it's something about how fast it goes and all this stuff, right? They were dropping rocks on this cop car from the top, and they were throwing down lit pieces of cardboard to blow this cop car up. And where are
They
the
also,
cops? All hiding underneath the bridge. I thought, you've got to be kidding me right now. You really got to be kidding me. They were all hiding underneath there.
LA's finest.
Well, that's because Gavin told them, you stand down. You stand down. You know how? So Gavin thought he was going to be all cool, and he got up and he said, "All right, Tom, go ahead. Come over here and arrest me.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead. Show you're a badass. Come over here and arrest me." Well, you know what? I wish you would. That would show him, wouldn't it? Okay, well, you know what? You were standing in the way of a government project, and
Yep.
we're going to put you in jail. How about that, Gavin, in your nice hair?
That would be obstruction.
It is. It should be. He looks like a vampire. Gavin Newsom has always looked like a vampire to me for whatever reason. I look at him and I think him and Barnabas Collins looks alike. But that's neither here nor there. He was probably at a freak off party with Diddy. He was at the vampire. He was in the vampire section. But yeah, they were busting the windows out of the Fed building with their skateboards, and and they're doing it again today. They're ramping up again tonight. And the difference between last night and tonight is New York is involved with them. They're
Right.
doing it too. Why? They were trying to get into that detention center because they wanted to get those people loose. Get them free.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
here we'll get you. Well, you don't think they're going to round them up again?
They've doubled down now.
Mm-hmm.
And these people are so stupid. They go, and the whole thing about the Home Depot is they go and stand in the parking lot and for work, and people will come and pick them up and work for the day and pay them cash.
Yeah.
You're an easy target, man. How long do you think that they're not going to, recognize that?
Well, he thinks what he did was right. And he said there was no reason for him to do what he did, what Trump did. And Trump said at his meeting today, he said, in fact, let me quote his words. This was really, this is a class act here. Let me tell you. He said, "I've always liked Gavin, and we've always gotten along really well, but he has failed at his job. He's a horrible governor." And I thought, hallelujah, Trump, hallelujah. You're not throwing digs at the person, you're throwing digs at what they've done wrong. This is where this man has grown, guys.
Yeah.
He looks more presidential. He's not calling people names anymore. He's just saying, "Look, Gavin, you can't do the job. It's too much for you."
I bet you him and Diddy are friends.
Oh, Gavin, the vampire?
Yeah.
Vampire Newsom?
Yeah.
Newsom? I bet they are too. I bet they
Because
are too.
he had LA police in his pocket too.
Yes, he did. Well, it doesn't look like it's too hard when they're all hiding underneath a bridge.
Right.
You guys, it was shameful.
You know,
I
there
would
are, let me back that up for a minute. There are LA police that are true cops and they want justice done, blah, blah, blah. But then I bet a good majority of them don't and don't care.
get that extra money. We don't make enough to do all of this stuff. So you
Right.
know what? If you can pad my pocket with a few extra bucks, hey,
Yep.
I'll do whatever. Hey,
Yep.
Royal Apple. Yeah. No,
Mm-hmm.
no. I'm ashamed. I was ashamed. I thought I would never have ever wanted to be in LA and have those cops defending me. Well, they hid.
Right.
They literally hid. And they're the ones with the weapons. Except they have a rock. They had rocks they were throwing at them. But I mean, they're going to ramp it up again tonight. They did what they did is they dispersed and they all scattered around town, right? Different patches of town and started looting.
Of course.
You know,
Of course.
broke into the Adidas shop and stole all the tennis shoes. Then come on, Linda. They need a good pair of shoes they can run in to get away.
Yeah. Right.
That's important.
No, they're just thieves.
Well,
In
I
every
mean,
sense of the oh, my familia and my family and my husband is the sole supporter of the family. Go back to Mexico.
well, somebody made a comment and they said, "Do you think that we as American citizens could go into Mexico,
Right.
start a riot and start waving the American flag? What do
Right.
you think they would do to us there?" Or Honduras, that was the other flag
Right.
that was waving
Right.
yesterday. What do you
Right.
think they would do to us?
Right. Exactly.
And there was a man that was doing an interview, and he said, "Do you know? Did I don't know the Constitution in Mexico, but do you know that's breaking the Constitution of Mexico to be over here flying the flag here, their flag here?" He goes, They don't know what they're doing over there. They're causing problems over here too."
Can't we just like gas them all?
Can't we just all get along? And here's the thing, a lot of them are innocent and a lot of them aren't doing this kind of thing. Yes, they're protesting. Yes, and we have the right to protest and we have the right to First Amendment and free speech. But when you start throwing rocks down on the cop cars and you start busting up all of the taxis with your skateboard, and when you start trying to run over the cops with your bicycle, I
Right, Gloria.
right. No, you're right. You're right. They're they're just, and you know what, Glory Jean, some of them aren't even Latino Mexicans. Some of these guys are Antifa and they're being paid to stir the pot and get these people all pissed
Yep.
off so
Yep.
that they'll do this.
Yep.
You know, you ought to see the graffiti on all the buildings right now.
Yeah.
All across all the buildings, they say fuck ICE and do
No,
this,
right.
all
Right.
that MMRS or whatever it
Right.
was. Yeah, they're there to and instigate and get these people mad is what
Yep.
they're there to do.
Yep.
You
You're
know,
right.
it is, and it's ugly.
Mhm.
If they were doing a graffiti sign of something really, and I've seen some
Yeah.
that some of the Latinos have done, and it's absolutely beautiful. They've done with spray paint,
Mhm.
but to just put, and then they were stomping and burning our flag. They
Right.
don't want to be here. They don't want to be here.
Right.
They want to just cause havoc here.
Yep. Oh,
Well,
that really irritated me when I saw that, Gloria Jean. That
yeah,
irritated me.
yeah, don't
I
stomp
have
on
a
my
hard
fault.
time watching the riots
Uh-huh.
or the protesters or whatever you want to call it. I have a hard time because it just triggers me hardcore.
Well,
That I just want to jump through the TV and drop a bomb on LA.
well, you know what? Don't call them protesters because they're not protesters. They're
Well, you're
insurrectionists.
right. You're right.
A fourth of Mexico nation national income comes from the illegal sending U.S. money back to Mexico. The president of Mexico told them to keep rioting. See, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Load them up. The ones I got asked, don't you think it's
Isn't
cruel
that
that you throw them
woman?
all on a bus? And I said, how can you pick the bad ones out of the good ones if you don't load them all up and put them in a room together and start
Right.
siphoning out?
Right. That's the
Do
only
I
way
know?
you're going to do it.
Do what now?
Isn't the president of Mexico a female?
Yes, she is, but I think if I'm not mistaken, the cartel's got the president of Mexico in their back pocket. That's what I thought I heard.
Money is always the reason.
It
It
is.
is the root of all evil.
It is. It gets there. It
Yep.
definitely gets there. Somewhere down the line, money is the thing. And don't you guys think that George Soros and there's another company that a friend of mine just told me that I heard about that I didn't know about, and it's called Chirpa or something like that. Chirpa. It's out of Great Britain. It's a guy out of Great Britain that pays these guys to do this protesting stuff. But they're not protesting. They're rioting. They're insurrectionists. They're agitators. See, oh my God, look at this. You know what? Look, don't spit on our flag. Go home. Maybe it was Chartal or something. Something. It was another group that is funding this sort of behavior. So we got Soros doing his thing, and then we got this other group over here doing it. And you know, if you get paid good enough, I guess some people will do anything,
Mhm.
right? Look at the Diddy trials telling you right there.
Right.
Put a roof over my head, put some money in my pocket, and I'll let you do freak offs on me.
Well, and
Really?
here's the thing that's so stupid about that
I'm not even getting paid enough.
is that I'm sure she gets money from 50 Cent.
They're saying that one isn't even related. I heard that today. That isn't even his ex. Now I don't know that because we haven't seen her, but they're saying no, that is absolutely not his ex. I don't.
Then why did he put it out there?
Yeah, see, I don't know. I don't know. Why would he? Why would he have any reason not to? I mean, if it's the truth, why?
Well, my opinion is he probably told her to stay away from Puff,
Right.
and she didn't.
Hmm.
So now it's like, look, bitch, this is what you got yourself into.
Yeah, and you know
Right.
what? You're my baby mama, and there was the baby mama thing going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, we're talking about how great the insurrectionists are in LA, and they're starting back up again.
Good.
And now they're doing it in LA or in New York.
A little black and white kitty. He was in the bowl, and I snuck up on him. I was trying not to scare him.
And did he do a flip flop? And
He just like one minute he saw me.
oh yeah, I think we got some baby kittens. We got 3 of them, and I snuck out on the one, and it done a complete somersault in the air to get away from me.
That's great.
Yeah, yeah. So, and Gavin said, arrest him. He wants to go to jail.
Arrest Gavin?
Yeah.
Oh, my pleasure.
Oh, yeah, I know, right? It'd be my pleasure,
Karen,
too.
Karen Bass, dude.
And Karen Bass. Vampire. Count Newsom.
Right?
You know, we can't make this up.
No.
And I'm telling you guys right now, it's coming to a big city near you. This is just the beginning. They're all starting to pop off.
Yep.
You see these guys standing in these crowds, and instead of looking around, watching what's going on with them, they got these masks on all around their face and their head, and they got sunglasses on. You can't see them. And they're on their cell phone. Don't tell me they're not calling whoever somewhere else, telling them, all right, we got this one going. Start up the next one.
Well, they had, right before we came on, I was watching a live feed of the riots, and they were talking to a group of protesters, but they were wearing masks so they didn't reveal their identity.
Do you know what Trump
You know
said?
what? Right there. There you go, ICE. Go get them.
I know.
You know they're illegal. You know they're illegal.
Well, if you're so proud of what you're doing, why don't you show your face? Trump said, take those masks off.
Mhm.
Quit wearing masks. If you're so proud of yourself, quit wearing masks.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
no. No.
If you're so proud of what you're doing,
Mhm.
why you got on ski masks? Why you got on gas masks? Why you got on just regular masks?
Right. That one was wearing an anonymous mask.
That one looked like it was wearing a tablecloth. I mean, oh,
Was
what is
that
that? Did you see that? Black and white?
There was another one that was red and white checkered. Was that the one you were talking about? I thought he was going to a barbecue. No. I mean, gosh. Oh, and Maxine Waters. Yeah, that's another good one. She got up there and she stood in front of him and said, are you going to shoot me? Well, if you're going to shoot a government official, you better aim straight. And I thought, yeah, please don't miss.
Right between the eyes, please. Where's your
Don't miss.
sharpshooter? Where's
Don't
your
miss.
sharpshooter? Get the best marksman you have.
Right? Shoot her with that green gas. I mean,
Hmm.
I wanted to say, lady, go home. Why are you always in the middle of all this stuff? I'm surprised we didn't have Adam Schiff down there, too. He's from there.
And she looks scary.
Yes, she does.
She looks scary. I'm
She
sorry.
does.
She does.
She's just not really very attractive.
No. She's
Well,
old
neither is
and
Nancy.
ugly and,
There's Nancy.
right.
But Nancy would be there. But the reason Nancy's not there is she can't get her. They tore up all the Waymos and she's still on a walker.
Right.
Yeah, no, she's not. No, you know what? She's not.
You're right, Sputsy.
It's the truth. She's not paying enough to fix her face.
Half of the seats in DC need to retire. Both,
Right?
Senate and House.
Right? It's true. And Nancy, she's on a walker these days.
Oh, is she?
Oh, yeah, because she had a hip replacement. Remember when she fell down the stairs in her stiletto heels? I mean, come on. I'm telling you right now, I'm not that close to 85 years old. I'm sure it's going to happen, but I don't want to wear 4-inch high heel shoes now at this age. And
Right.
she's over there popping around in her stiletto shoes on a marble tile. Maxine's wigs.
Yeah. They're as bad as Diddy's mom's.
Timu stuff.
Timu specials, man. Timu specials. Y'all know how bad those wigs look.
I know. Diddy's mom comes in with the new one all the time. She'll either have a real long blonde, whatever going on, cascading curls, or she'll have a little bob. Where I think, man, that lady gets her hair cut all the time. Age limits and term limits.
And,
Okay,
and
well,
can somebody answer me why? And I'm not being racist here at all. I really have the question, why does that culture wear blonde wigs? We know there's no natural blondes.
because they like blondes. Why does your blonde want to have black hair? No one's ever happy with themselves. If you have brown eyes, you want green eyes. If you have dark hair, you want blonde hair. Or you want red hair, or you want, I don't know.
And you know why? It's the way we were all programmed.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Mine's get. We're not even gonna go there with my widow's peak vampire thing that I got going on here. I'm sitting here talking about Gavin Newsom, looking at the widow's peak I've got going. Yeah, well, look, I've got a natural one happening here.
Right, right.
Count Newsom. I don't know. I don't know. But they do. They really. Well, everyone's always made the comment how blondes with good tans look good. So they have a natural tan happening. They look like that year round. So, well, good for you, Spudsy. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you that. I've done all kinds of things to my hair. I've
Right.
even had my hair highlighted with purple. How about that? And I'm not telling you just purple. I'm telling you Barney purple. And I rocked it just like I was supposed to. And then I looked at the lady, and I looked at the lady in Congress the other day that's got that cobalt blue and black happening. And I thought, okay, she's a little too old to be doing that. I don't think I'm old. I never think about that part. But yeah, no, she shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
But I did. I had purple. I had Barney purple. Oh, good for you, KMM. Good for you.
I did that 2 years ago. And I'm just now getting the end of the dye out. It's at the very ends of my hair. And like the next time I get a haircut, it should all be gone.
Well, I would do that, but I'm going to tell you I'm not going to because I don't have that real pretty gray hair. Mine is that mousy gray. And yeah, it's not a real pretty gray color. If it was a pretty gray color, I would think about it, but it's not. It's not. It's kind of a mousy gray color. So I'll probably be like my aunt and I will be dyeing it till I die. Maybe. I don't know. It's growing so fast. I don't know what's going on. It wants to grow. There is a tribe in South Africa that has her. Well, there you go. There you go.
Wow.
Wow. How cool is that? Okay. See now, KMM, if my hair was that real pretty gray white, yeah. Yeah, I would think very seriously about that. But it's not. It's just not. Speaking of, did you get your soap? I haven't seen you since I mailed it. I think you should have gotten it last Thursday. I thought I understood that you were going to get it next Thursday or this last Thursday. Um, my mother's finally decided if I went gray, I'd be. See, Glory Jean, this is my deal, right? So I'm just like, I've got it going all around here, but yeah, no, I'm just gonna. I'll just color it, whatever. Oh, good. I'm glad. And you like it? I hope. I hope. Um, so tomorrow so I'm gonna get up early in the morning, guys. I'll be on about 10 and we'll go over some of the Diddy did it. or maybe or maybe I'll just pop in for a second and cover a little bit, maybe an hour of it, and then let Linda finish it off tomorrow night. Because you guys, this Diddy's in jail. Okay. And yes, he's a high profile, and yes, he's horrible, and yes, he's a demon, and yes, he needs to go to jail. And yes, we need to find him guilty, right? Right? I know they are. I love those molds. And Diddy is a demon, and he needs to be found guilty for life.
Right.
But I'm having a problem with this LA thing going on over here, where they did 39 arrests.
Oh, they said on the nightly news tonight there was 56.
Oh, 56 out of thousands, guys. Thousands that you saw.
They estimate that there's 1 million illegals in LA.
They don't have a building big enough.
Mm-mm.
And there were thousands of them out there.
You know, and to me, it just reminds me, like, these people remind me of kids. It's like, we're here, now, you can't get us.
Right?
That's what it reminds me of.
Right?
You know?
No, they say nothing good happens after dark. And you know what? They were doing some crazy stuff last night after dark. And they will be doing some crazy things after dark tonight. And watch out, New York. Of course, New York basically never sleeps. But it's going to get crazy there tonight in New York, too. Yeah. And why?
Right.
You know, it was like I was sitting there watching it last night, and the first question I have for these people is, this is where you live.
Right. Right.
Tear this down. Where are you going? You're not coming here and tearing up my town. That ain't happening. You are destroying. I heard LA was one of the most beautiful cities in the United States.
It was very pretty at one time. It was very pretty.
And now you're going to tear it down. And then what? And then what?
Right.
And then what? You're going to go move on to another city that you can destroy?
Right.
Why?
And also, it's not just Mexicans out there. There's pride flags out there.
Yeah.
There's black people out there. There's other country people out there.
They were waving the Palestinian flag yesterday.
Right. Right. Exactly. It's like, how did this all get clumped into one?
Yeah. Soros is paying for all that. He is. But see, here's the thing, Lord Jean. What he's doing is he's got a busload of agitators. Mm-hmm. Okay. And they go in there and they get everybody all drummed up and all hyped up and all. This is what they're paid to do. Yeah. You know, like when you go to these pep rallies at the school and there's all the cheerleaders are doing their thing and they're getting the school all excited that they're getting ready to go to a football game and blah, blah, blah. But it's darker than that. If I have to hear chanting, you know that, what is it? This is what democracy looks like, or whatever. That's saying that
the one they started today was no KKK, no fascist USA, no ICE.
See, and this is a Soros kind of thing here. These are professional people, professional rioters. I know, but you know what, Gloria Jean? They said that it's getting ready to kick off in San Antonio because it's a sanctuary city, and it's getting ready to kick off in Dallas.
Here's the difference, though.
It's another one.
Texas is a Republican state.
Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you right now. Texas has got one heck of a governor,
And
and
that's
he
what I'm
won't put up
saying.
with that nonsense at all.
Exactly.
No.
He'll tell them to shoot now, ask questions later.
Yeah, just bring them in. Just haul them in. We're not going to do this if we have to make it. If we have to corral them in a field, we don't care. We're going to corral them all.
Yep.
It's just not going to happen. So I don't know if they would come here or not, but they would. There's some other cities that they will. I see. You know what? This is my own personal opinion, but I'm going to tell you it's going to happen in Minnesota. I think it's going to be Minneapolis. It's going to pop off, and Denver. Denver will pop off. Minneapolis.
Arizona,
Yeah. Yeah.
Phoenix.
Yep. See, there you go. There you go. And you know, and you just can't tell these people. All you can do is put it out there and say, "Be aware, it's coming to a city near you," because it is.
Exactly.
Somebody will know somebody that's in the city that crap like this is happening in. And until everyone supports our president and lets him do what he needs to do instead of holding the line and dragging back, nothing's going to get done. We're going to have, it's a stalemate. It's like that the guy that was standing on top of the car with his skateboard. Do you think?
Seattle is another one.
Right. You know the thing. Come on. No country would let you get on top of a car and beat the car up with a skateboard and not go to jail. It wouldn't happen. No other country in the world would let this happen.
They would hunt you down and hang you, fire squad you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, see, this is what they're doing right now, KMM. This is exactly what they're doing right now. They're saying, quote unquote, let's get the wording exactly right. This has been going for 4 days, right? The first day, it was just a protest and everyone was being peaceful and everything was going good. The second day, they were a little more agitated, but you know what? It was still peaceful. Baloney.
They're still saying it today.
And so Trump said, you know what? You don't have this under control. They're burning your town down. They're graffitiing all over everywhere. It's not under control. Either you get it under control or I will send the troops and I will get it under control.
The Marines
and they are saying the Marines are going now. Yeah. Yeah. Because, 2,000 National Guardsmen are just enough to sit and guard these federal buildings.
And I am so sick and tired of hearing that it's Trump's fault because he called in the National Guard to protect the federal buildings.
Right.
Are you kidding me? It's his fault. He's the one that let those million Mexicans in. It's his fault. He did.
You know what? Here we go. Let me tell you something. Newsom told his LAPD to stand down.
Yep.
He told them to stand down. He told his border patrol to stand down. Trump was the one that sent in the National Guard and said, you do not stand down. You make this stop happening. And Pete had said, and if that doesn't do it, we'll call in Camp Pendleton, the Marines.
Yep.
And now we've got 500 Marines.
700.
How many?
700.
Now it's 700. And here's my thing. This is really sad because when you are in the service fighting for your country, it's really sad. You've got to go into your country to tame your own people.
Right. Well,
they're going to have a hard time with it. I know, but they're. Oh, well, know what? You know what, Donna? They won't be afraid anymore because You know, I remember a video one time, and it's like it haunts me because I see it all the time. Do you remember a guy breaking in? And this has been a few years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And he broke into Newsom's house. And he broke into
Yeah.
Newsom's house and he had him at gunpoint and he said, "You are the worst governor ever."
Yeah.
What was that? What was that? And all of a sudden now, I didn't even know who he was until after that happened. And now he's been up in everybody's face since.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you know what? I love the Marines too, Lord Jean. I do too. And they're going in. They're going in. Somebody's got to put some rest to this unrest and this reckless behavior. This is not our country.
Right.
This is the stuff they do in their country, not in ours. Don't bring
Right.
your shit to us and think that we have to put up with it. We don't.
Right. Okay, guys.
Our hour is up, and Linda's hungry. She wants to go eat dinner. And I am going to go do something, whether it's wrong. Anyway, I love you all. I'll see you in the morning around 10 o'clock. Then we'll see you tomorrow night. Y'all have a great, blessed rest of your night. And keep your head on a swivel if you're close and around a big city, right? All right.
All right. I love you guys. Thank
Bless-
you for the support. Don't forget to hit like on the way out.
Yep.
And
Hit
we'll be
like
back
on your way out.
tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow. Good night, guys.